Hi everyone, Ryan Grant here and welcome to the YouTube channel. For you regular watchers, I must give a little quick apology because I've missed a couple of uploads over the Christmas period. But I hope you guys have had a good Christmas. I hope you guys have had a good New Year, spending some time with your family. But now it's 2025, we are well back in the swing of things. So expect no more missed YouTube video uploads and expect much more wisdom to come your way. But without further ado, in this video, I'm going to be taking you guys through a little step-by-step gym guide for your first month in the gym. So without further ado, let's get into this video and let's get into step one. So without further ado, let's get into today's video. So step one out of four that I have got for you guys is very obvious and it's very simple. Well, it's simple in my eyes, but I can understand how it may not necessarily be simple to you. Get a gym membership and go to the gym. If you want to make true progress, if you want to make proper progress, if you want to make a transformation like mine right here, you have to get a gym membership because you have to be using weights and you have to be training against resistance, and you have to constantly be increasing the resistance you're training against the longer you're in the gym. And if you don't go to the gym, then you're not going to have access to the kit and the machines and the weights in order to be able to do that. So going to a gym is super important. And as I said, I can completely understand and completely see why going to the gym may be scary for you. You've got your big guys right there. You've got the beautiful girls, you know, that you're nervous to talk to in the other corner. However, you need to realize that everyone is in there for the same reason, to better themselves. The big guys aren't scary. If anything, they're the nicest guys because they've done it all. They've been in your position before. Therefore, if someone came up and asked them to help, because it doesn't happen too often, they would be really happy that someone's asked them to come up and help them. Trust me, they're two things that you need to understand. Everyone's in there for the same reason, so no one's going to be judging you, and there's going to be people in the exact same position as you as it's the beginning of 2025, the beginning of the new year. There's going to be a lot of new year, new me people going into the gym, and the big guys aren't scary, right? If anything, they are the nice guys in the gym. Don't get me wrong, there are a couple of twats, but you know, we don't accept them in the gym community. They can just, you know, they can just get shoved to the side for a minute, right? So that's the first step. Go to your gym and get a membership. If you want to have an induction before your first gym session so you can be shown around the gym, book an induction. If you want a personal trainer, book a personal trainer. Okay, so that is step one out of four. Now moving on to step two, so the workout plan. So now swiftly moving on to step number two out of four, and that is a workout plan, my friend. A workout plan is super important, and this is because one of the main aims of the game in terms of the gym is consistency, and that is what a workout program and a workout plan is a spitting image of, because a workout plan helps you stay on track. A workout program helps you, you know, have a direction, not feel confused and not feel lost, and it actually motivates you. You're going to know exactly what you're doing. Therefore, in the gym, you may not necessarily be as nervous and you may not necessarily be as intimidated because you're going to know exactly what machines to go to when and exactly how many sets and reps to do when you get there. So you're going to know exactly what you're going to do. You're going to have a mindset like a pro, okay? And if you don't have a workout program, if you don't have a workout plan, imagine you going into your gym not having a plan. You're going to feel a bit stressed because you're not going to, obviously, you're not going to know what you're going to do. You're not really going to have any direction. You're going to feel lost. And this could potentially demotivate you and make you turn back out the gym. All right. So having a workout plan is super important. And something else that I really quickly want to touch on in terms of a workout plan is the simplicity. Okay, it doesn't matter if you're 1 day into the gym, it doesn't matter if you're 6 months into the gym, it doesn't matter if you're 4 years into the gym like me, or it doesn't matter if you're bloody 10 years into the gym like, you know, I don't know, right? Simplicity is key, all right? The more simple you can keep it, the more progression you're going to make, okay? And a huge mistake that beginners make is that they try and overcomplicate things, especially with their workout plan, right? They see this guy on social media who's been going to the gym for like 8+ years, he's got their dream physique, they claim natural, but you know, a lot of people are probably on steroids when they claim natural, right? They're raving about this program that's just been absolutely insane for them. Therefore, the beginner guys who are just starting in their first month, they hop on this program and they think that they're going to get the results and they're going to make the progression that this guy has made that's been going to the gym for 8 years. However, it simply won't work out for them, and that is down to a few reasons. First of all, they've got completely different levels of experience, right? The guys that are just hopping on this gym program, the beginners, have literally no experience, right? However, this guy has 8+ years of experience. Second of all, that workout program is probably tailored towards him, okay? So his needs, what he needs to grow, and his routine, and that is not going to be the same as yours, aka the beginner. All right, and thirdly, it's going to be a very high demanding routine. If he's been going to the gym for 8 years, he has no problem. He has no problem with consistency, and he thinks about the gym like second nature to him. You know, a day without the gym isn't normal to him. However, for you, you're the complete opposite. All right, a day without the gym for you may still be considered normal, even though you started, because you haven't necessarily been doing it long enough, and the gym may not necessarily be second nature to you yet. Okay, so what you need to realize is that you need to keep your workout program simple, low demanding, and very, very basic. And you know, simple and basic mean the same thing, but you get the idea. You need to keep it extremely, extremely simple. And one split in particular that I would highly recommend for you to start off with is a split called push pull legs, aka PPL. And if you don't necessarily know what this consists of, it's obviously 3 different workout days, so 3 times a week. So 3 times a week, or you can do what I'm about to say in a second and make it 5 times a week. However, I would suggest you stick to 3 times a week. So the first P is push day, and a push day consists of you training your chest, you training your triceps in your arms here, and you training your shoulders. And this is because on all of those movements, in order to target the muscles that I have just, you know, named out, you've got to push the weight. For example, when you're doing bench press, you push the weight up in order to complete a rep. When you're doing tricep push downs, you push the weight down in order to complete a rep. And when you're doing a shoulder press, you push the weight up in order to complete a rep. So that is why it's called push day. And on pull day, the second P, you do back and biceps. And the reason this is called pull day is because when you do your lat pull downs, for example, you're pulling the weight down in order to work the lats, and in order to work the biceps on bicep curls, you're pulling the weight up in order to work the biceps. So that is why that is called pull day. And then leg day is pretty self-explanatory. You train your quads, you train your hamstrings, you train your calves. But yeah, that is a split that I would highly recommend you starting off with. And as a matter of fact, I have a free community that helps you guys bulk and gain muscle as efficiently as possible beyond these videos. You can ask me anything, I'll get back to you as quick as possible, and there is a free push pull legs program in this free community. So if that sounds like it ticks all your boxes and you want to bulk and gain muscle in 2025, then it's going to be the top link in the description. However, without further ado, back to what I was talking about. So another mistake that I want to talk about in terms of beginners and workout plans is that they're always searching for the new thing, the new buzz, the new best split, right? However, by you following the hype train, you're actually shooting yourself in the foot, and you are keeping yourself where you are, and you're not going to make any progression. This is because when you're switching workout programs. Okay, so I'm currently editing this video, and I just thought of a much better way to explain what I'm about to talk about in comparison to how I did it in a video. So, switching workout programs every week is like trying to learn a new skill every week, okay? So, for example, take this week, you want to learn Spanish and you want to become fluent in Spanish, and then next week, you have a desire to become fluent in French, or you have a desire to become a professional rugby player, so you start playing rugby, and then the next week you want to start playing chess, or the next week you want to become a pianist, right? If you're trying to do so many different skills week after week, then you're not going to get good at any, because you're not giving yourself enough time in order to practice and progress them. And that's the exact same thing with workout programs. If you're switching workout programs every week, you're not going to give yourself enough time in order to progress them and get your muscles used to everything and get good at the exercise techniques, and you're going to stay in the same position as you are right now. I'll let you get back to the video. So what I would highly suggest to you is lock in this workout routine for a good while, and I'm talking months, okay? You don't need to switch it, right? Just because Jeff Nippard or Greg Doucette says this is a new best workout split, If you enjoy what you're doing and if you think it's working, then there is absolutely no reason for you to switch, okay? So that is step number 2, a workout plan, my friend. So step number 3, for this basic step-by-step gym guide is a little rule and a little something to consider when you're doing your exercises, and that is form over weight. This is a lesson that beginners learn the hard way. I mean, 99% of them, and I also learnt the hard way as well. I mean, it's not necessarily a hard way, but you don't necessarily make as much progress, because what often happens in the gym when you're a beginner, I'm assuming that you just want to lift as much weight as possible, right? And you want to do 1 rep maxes on bench press every week, and you want to see your strength going up, and you want to ego lift. You know, if there's a nice girl over there, you want to prove to her without speaking to her that you can lift heavy and all of that good stuff. However, what you need to realize is that if you want to grow muscle, and if you want to do this properly, and if you want to avoid injury, you need to push that ego of yours to the side very quickly. And this is because if you're lifting purely for the numbers and purely for the strength side of things, and if you're lifting for the 1 rep maxes all the time, I'm not saying you can't do 1 rep maxes, but because I did them and I bloody enjoyed them, but you can't be doing them every week. Because if you're doing that, and if you're lifting for weight over form, then you are going to hinder your muscle gain progression in the gym. And this is because if you're lifting purely for weight, then you're going to be sacrificing your form. And if you're going to be sacrificing your form, what this actually means is you're not going to be placing sufficient stress on the muscle that you need to be placing on it during the exercise. As a matter of fact, that stress that you're going to be placing on the muscle is going to be placed on other parts of your body that it shouldn't. Because you're lifting weight that is too heavy for you, other body parts are going to compensate for the bad form. Therefore, you're not going to be placing enough stress on the muscle that you're working. For example, if you're ego lifting on bench press, other parts of your body are going to come into play. Your bum is going to be lifting off the seat. You're going to be using wrong parts of your body, and you're not going to be isolating your chest properly. Therefore, that is going to hinder muscle growth. Okay, so one thing that I want you guys to consider in your head is form over weight, and this is super crucial at the start of your gym journey as well, because at the start of anything, right, that is when you tend to pick up habits. And if you're lifting with bad form, then you're most likely going to be setting that bad form as default when you go forward. Okay, so you want to make sure you get in the habit of doing these good things straight away, and it's going to be a lot easier to continue them and to progress them and to get better at them as you go along. So one of my key tips to you, looking back at my beginner journey, and what I would highly suggest for you guys, is just focus on the technique, focus on actually getting the exercise right before increasing the weight. Now onto the final step that I'm going to give you guys, step 4 out of 4 for this mini gym guide. And this is nutrition, okay? Nutrition is extremely important, and nutrition is the thing when you get to a certain point in your gym journey that takes you to the next level. Nutrition is the thing that will separate you from, making good progress to making exponential, fulfilling out your potential type progress and getting your dream physique progress, okay? However, you don't necessarily need to worry about full emphasis on nutrition right now, because obviously you've got your newbie gains, you've got your beginner gains coming in. However, what I would highly suggest for you is that you need to start paying a little bit of attention to, the nutritional side of things, making things slightly healthier for you. And this is because, as I said just a minute ago, you want to be slowly starting to build these good habits. Therefore, when you get more and more down the line, when you may get busier at work, or when you may get busier at school, for example, and you don't necessarily have time to do all of this stuff, if you build up these good habits now, for example, with nutrition, then later down the line, you're going to be able to keep consistent with all those things. And remember what I said, consistency is the main aim of the game in this situation, okay? So what I would highly suggest for you guys with nutrition is what is called a bulk, okay? And I'm advising you to do a bulk if you're skinny and you want to gain weight and muscle, not if you're fat and you want to lose weight. That is a completely different story, and I hate to break it to you, but if you're overweight and you want to lose weight, my channel is not for you, because I solely help guys who want to bulk and gain weight and who are in the same position that I was in, skinny and want to bulk, right? So what I would highly suggest for you is bulking. And what a bulk consists of is a phase in time, usually 3 to 6 months to a year to 2 years, right? It can be it can vary a lot, where you eat in excess to what your body needs in order to gain weight and gain muscle, okay? And what I mean by eating in excess to what your body actually needs, this is called a calorie surplus. You eat more than your maintenance calories day to day by only a little bit, 250 to maybe 500 calories extra, and that is going to help you put on weight. For example, if my maintenance calories, so the amount of calories I'd need to eat in a day in order to stay at the same weight, was 2,000 calories, in order to gain weight and in order to bulk and eat in a surplus, I would have to be eating 2,250 to 2,500 calories. You see, because I'm eating more than what I would need to stay at the same weight, I'm going to inevitably gain weight. Right now, that is how a bulk works, and that is what you need to be doing. However, one bit of advice I'll give to you guys for bulking is do not overcomplicate it. As I said with the workout program, and as I have said in previous videos, you want to keep things as simple as possible. The more complex and the more advanced you make it, the harder it's going to be. And why would you want to make something hard for yourself? You want to make it as easy as possible, right? So don't overcomplicate it with the foods. As I said, you don't need to be putting full emphasis on nutrition yet. You're not at that stage. You're nowhere near that stage, all right? But what I would highly suggest for you is not necessarily any drastic changes, but just incorporating more protein into your diet. So I would highly suggest you purchase protein powder. You know, start eating a little bit more chicken, start eating a little bit more eggs, start eating a bit more beef, you know. Make it a tiny bit healthier, make these slow changes, and then the more consistent you get, the more changes you can make, and inevitably you are going to eventually have a beautiful diet, and you're going to be consistent with it, right? Because what happens a lot of the time is that people put full emphasis on this stuff straight away. You know, they're in the gym 5 days a week on the first day, they're eating 3,000 calories a day for the first time in their lives, and it's just simply not going to work because it's too advanced for them at that period in time. However, if you slowly build up, then you're going to make it a lot further than those guys that, you know, do too much too soon, okay? So that is my mini step-by-step gym guide for you guys. I hope you guys have enjoyed and you've taken something away. So obviously, step one, really simple. Just get in the gym, get a gym membership, get over that first hurdle, and yeah, that's going to set you away. Step two, the workout program, push pull legs. As I said, I've got a free push pull legs program in my community with video demonstrations of the exercises coming very soon. So yeah, that'll be there. Step three, form over weight. Learn the correct technique. That should be your number one priority. Learn how exercises work and all of that good stuff. And number four, obviously the nutritional side of things. Bulk, make slight changes. Don't fully change your diet straight away, because that's just not going to end well for you. But yeah, that's basically it. If you guys have enjoyed this video, then I'd really appreciate it if you drop a like, a comment, and there's a big fat red button down there. Alright, if you give it a click, you'll see what happens. Alright, and yeah, comment any feedback, constructive criticism, any video ideas you might like to see in the future. Anything is welcome, and your comments will certainly not go unnoticed, my friends. So without further ado, I will see you guys in the next video.